Do it.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to a critically average adventure, and welcome to this top of the highest tree in all of Gargamel, about to meet the highest of high elves that we like to call the Fragments. Is a D&D 5e campaign I'm playing with my friends, and these are my friends. When last we had seen our heroes, they had met a rude young man in the forest who had
He's
then
going to come back later.
legged it. They'd let that one go. They'd found a dead elf in the forest, also crushed to death.
Oh no, what a shame. Oh.
And then they'd found their way to the gates of Entharven.
Do you want a pretzel?
No, thank you.
Okay.
And they had introduced themselves as in trying to be low-key initially, but once they had got a little bit further through the process, they had then revealed that we had a noble, a princely type with us in the form of Killian Norn. We also had a very well-respected individual from the King of Mordensal, King of Frohast, and also King of Mordensal, Owen the Cobbler, who had shown his badge of office.
What is it, Peter?
A badge of office.
Right, one more time just to get it down.
Badge of office.
And not a
Orifice.
right.
And they had risen up many floors through the interior of a ginormous tree, impossibly huge to understand the scope of this large beast of a tree, where everything is formed from the tree itself, sort of shaped from it rather than carved or cut. Everything seems to be a living, intricate piece of wood. There are some mechanical parts that have been placed within it, such as an elevator that you rise up through these floors, and you can see many people going about their business. You see little floors where there were little markets and traders going on. You can see little areas where there seems to be small homesteads and sort of administrative facilities,
Like
offices as you go up.
Oh.
And then you rise to the top floor, which was quite a vacated balcony. And your guide, your
Captors.
captor, had
Oh god, they're really sweet.
guided you to a waiting room, essentially, and said that you would be able to meet the Grand High Elf Vitress. He'd also informed you that the room was secure. There were 2 guards, and there were guards posted on either sets of doors.
And I asked them to double it.
You asked them to double it. They thought you were threatening them. You weren't. You were warning them about a possible pudding person infestation within their midst.
And I believe I came up with a test I need to do.
Yes, that's where we kind of got to, where
on the tree.
Where you were going to sort of experiment on the tree to see if any of the poison or infection or
both work.
The pink crystals.
Yeah, the crystal had seeped up this far.
It's been raised this far, yeah.
Yeah.
So are the guards in the room with us, or are
no? The guards are posted outside of this room, and you believe there are some on the inner. Well, so I say you've risen up on the inside of the tree. So you're on the an inner circumference. You've crossed, heading towards the outside of a tree gradually. There is a slight curvature to the wall, but barely noticeable because of the scale of this thing. You get to a door. There's 2 guards here. You've been led through that door into a room, a waiting room with sort of several nice sort of benches and things to sit upon, and a light table of refreshments as well that has kind of been placed there as well. And then you also have another set of doors, far which is again heading out of the circumference. So from inner to out of the tree, they seem to lead to another room, and you believe that there are 2 guards beyond, but you do not see them or hear them. It's just implied by our man who was Laren.
Mhm. Ooh.
2 seconds. Need a pen.
No worries.
Sure. It is literally the other end of the table.
That's all right.
I really
Ah.
wanted your shoulder. I'm so sorry.
Fair enough. Don't think you are.
Nice.
You know, when the intrusive thoughts win, you were talking
Could I
ugly.
have some more drink?
Yeah, you can. They're really sweet.
That's where we find ourselves.
Hmm.
What are we
So
doing, folks?
are there any pictures on the wall?
There are no pictures on the wall. However, there are 2 statues towards the door. There is also the door side of the door that leads to the inner sanctum, which is on the outer
The
circumference.
audience chamber side.
Yes, you would imagine so. Yeah.
For a cell, it's kind of plush.
Okay, then is there a rug on the floor?
No, the floor is bare wood. This beautifully shaped wood. It seems to be again almost. You know when you get wood that's been turned and you can see all the grain, it's like that, but without that process of actually carving away wood. It's actually just been shaped, but it's not the outer, it's not a bark because you're inside the tree. It's this beautiful sort of wood grain that goes everywhere.
Well, I'll have a look at it first.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, well, I mean, I was going to kind of try and do it behind like a bit of curtain or a bit of thingy before I, take an axe to the floor or the wall.
Well, if you wanted to get some sort of area where there was less, you'd probably say behind the table that has some food on it is kind of tucked to one side, but there is a space behind it if you wanted to be discreet, if that's what you're trying to do.
Well, not discreet. I'm just like conscious of the fact that I'm about to hack a chunk out of a wall. So, I kind of figured if you could have it. In fact, I'm going to go up and just give one of the statues a quick, how heavy do I think it is? Can I slide it out of the way?
It's also part of the wood. It's grown out of the wood. Can you make me a
Okay.
perception check, please?
A perception check? I can certainly do a perception check. I won't pass a perception test, but I will do a perception
I
check.
can do it, but
I could do anything.
I got a 19.
Bravo.
there is a mark right there, and every time Matt moves slightly to the side, it looks like he's got this really dirty
He's got a beauty
down
spot.
his face.
Um,
Sorry.
There is the eyes of this statue are mismatched. As you walk closer towards it and you draw just below its eyeline, it's that sort of heroic scale, so slightly bigger than life an elf would be, which means it's kind of just above your eye line, but it's not grotesque in its manner, and it seems to have mismatched eyes. One is formed of the wood and one is slightly glassy.
Yeah, tap that glass eye.
Mm-hmm. It rings slightly as you tap it. You can definitely tell it's glass as your nail goes against it. Ting, ting, ting.
Why do they have one glass eye and one wood eye?
Magical scrying.
Would you like me or Killian to have a look?
You can have a look. I'm going to go rummaging in the bag.
Killian, after you.
What am I doing?
You would be doing an arcana.
What do you want, GM? What do you want?
I'm GM today, am I?
Yeah.
I'm going to sit on a bench and watch my party do things while contemplating how will I get out of this room.
There is a window.
Ooh, nice.
Don't give Erwin ideas.
So
I'm
as you
going to
walk
go
into
to the
room-
window casually, like, casual, like, assuming I'm being watched.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's sort of above the
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
kind of carved couch bench type thing. There are mats on the bench that are made of sort of woven leaves. They're green and brown in texture. They look very plush and comfortable. But they also just seem they're just sat on there. Oh, there's a 4, Killian.
So that would be a 9.
A 9. A Killian is something magical for sure.
Okay.
What this thing is, you're not 100%.
Um,
But what Erwin said sounds like it could be possible. But yeah, it might be like for scrying, for looking into this room, for watching the individuals.
All right, I'm gonna go rummaging in my bag. I'm gonna pull out one of my old, like, sort of, shirts of some description and tie it around this thing's head
Okay.
and look on
Blindfold
the other
it.
one and see if it's got another one.
Yeah, it's the opposite eyes mismatch, so the left
Ooh.
and the right eye.
Stereoscope.
So that one will get some random piece of Dirty Jack's clothing wrapped.
The underpants stuffed in the eye socket.
I'm thinking like
It's
a
a
dirty
full
top.
It's a full sensory. It's a full sensory thing. So I put the helmet on so I can see in the room. I can hear. I can taste the smell. All I can smell is dirty stuff. Oh my god!
Several week-old half-orc underpants pulled over the
That's a
head of
real
these
gym
elven
sauce going
statues.
on there, my friend.
It's the harshness of these beautifully sculpted elven things, and then these dirty rags just
Well, it's like,
bound
How big
round.
Jax is? It's probably just a whole socks going. Just
Yeah.
like a balaclava.
Balaclava.
Yeah.
you know, in cartoons where like something smells really bad and you can see the lines coming off of it.
Mhm.
Like I just
Like a heat
imagine,
haze. Slightly
Like-
green.
yeah, you can almost see that coming off the stuff that he's put on these beautiful statues.
Yes.
That's how I see it.
Mm.
Can I keep an ear out
Mhm.
for people talking outside the door, coming towards?
Which door, please?
Uh,
The door to inner sanctum or the door to the way you came in? You can't do both because your ears aren't that big. Stretch across the room.
Yeah, stretch goal.
what if I got very big? Then we don't know. That's not a good idea. The one to the back to where we came.
Yeah, the route where you came from. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
you can. So let me have a perception roll for that, and that'll kind of run in the background, so you'll be aware to that degree when people are approaching. That looks like a 9.
So 10.
10. Yeah, you can hear 2 guards like outside immediately. You can hear the elevator, which isn't too far away, kind of
Yeah.
and descend. You can hear that kind of machine, and you can hear the murmur of voices and the padding of feet outside. It's quite a hubbub outside. It's not that you can't hear, it's discerning the individual sounds that you might be struggling with, because it's although it's made of wood, so it's not kind of it's not that kind of raw echo that you get within a cave. It still does reverberate somewhat inside this large hollow of a tree as the sounds bounce around the place, and they're
Like a giant shed.
like a shed, like it's like being inside a didgeridoo, I imagine, actually.
That would be great.
But if someone blows down the top, you're all dead. Erwin, yes, you walk over to this bench and are pointed behind it nicely, where the light would, if you were sit on it, point it, you imagine the light would glance upon the back of your head and give you that kind of nice, warm, relaxed feeling as you're
Good for
waiting.
reading a book.
Yeah, it'd be beautiful. Yeah, it'd be the ideal place to put your feet up, have a little rest, or read something while you were waiting, follow up on, refresh yourself with a report or something like that if you were to go and see the Grand High Elf.
I'm going to jump up on it so I can use it as basically a step. I'm
Yep.
kind of small, so hop on it. Move the cushion out of the way so I don't step on the cushion. Basically, be a nice host. Then basically peer out the window to see how far we are, where we can see what you can see. Can the window be opened?
It is stunning when you look out. You are above the treetops, and the treetops spread out before you.
Second.
Do what you need.
Yeah, that was it. Got neighbours now. We've got new neighbours. They're renovating. So every now and again, my microphone's picking up this dong dong dong. Hammer on nail. So yeah, I do apologise. You can suddenly hear in the edit. You'll hear like my fan going because it's warm in here, and there'll be occasional like someone trying to get from my nose.
Dun, 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 dun.
That was like goblin perception. That like he was just like, what was that?
Oh yeah, it's all right. I didn't. It was such a perfect bump. I thought it was honestly someone knocking on my door. I was like, oh, okay.
They were just getting ready for Jax because that's what Jax is going to do.
Yeah.
They're providing the sound effect.
Beautiful, stunning scenery of the forest below.
Yes.
And how
so
far below is the canopy?
so you appear to be probably about 100 foot, maybe even above the tree line. This tree is gargantuan. It is ridiculous. When you look out, you can't see the edge of the rest of the tree.
Nice. I've got.
And you can see that you can still see the bough of the rest of it kind of reaching out over the other trees. It seems sparse, the branches and the foliage, because of its massive size. So it's not actually starving the trees below of much sunlight. So you don't get that kind of area where there are no trees around it. It's spread out enough. And even out there, you can see that the furthest reaches, there seem to be things happening out there. There seem to be people out there, on little walkways that go out on the furthest limbs. And you can see that there is like, there seems to be like an eatery or something out there on one of the limbs.
Yeah.
You can see people sat down at a table. You can see these elaborate glasses of on the table. Your goblin eyes can sort of like focus in on these
pretty
things.
good at perception. Yeah.
What do they taste like? Are these
So I have a mechanical question for the GM.
Go for it.
When I throw my psychic daggers and teleport to its position, do I maintain momentum?
Or do you just bamf?
Do I just bamf to that location? I'll let you know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking of giving my Ring of Feather Fall to one of the other players, probably Jax, who's the heaviest, so Charles can carry Killian, and that has been proven. We've seen that happen. If we have to jump out the window, can I judge a dagger throw as I'm hurtling towards the ground and just go, boom, teleport, hit the dagger into the ground, and it's... Does it negate momentum?
What is the range of the dagger?
80 feet. And I have to throw it, so it'll be ahead of me.
I would say that you could teleport the range of the dagger. You'll only have 20 feet to contend with.
Well, that's about me timing it. So I'm falling.
As in teleport to stop you hitting the ground.
Yeah, teleport to something very splat.
Yeah, I think that's quite feasible.
Thank you. Cool. Excellent. I'll sit there going.
I really like the idea of it. Just like,
well, why don't we test it now in the room and see if it works?
Oddly, because I don't want people seeing I can do it.
But you're not sure you can.
Well, I'm mostly made of rubber. I can bounce.
Yeah. What's 20 feet between friends?
What if I like...
That's to the treetops, by the way. But,
No. What he means is fall, teleport. I'm now here. I'm not falling anymore. Rather than teleporting down to that point, he wants to fall, teleport to stop his movement. I believe. Is that right, John?
That's great. Yep.
Yeah, but you would still teleport to the top of some trees.
No,
I'm waiting to hit the
entire
ground.
height from the tree. It's 10 foot off the ground before he hits the ground. He goes teleport and stops 150, 200, whatever, how tall this tree is, of movement.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, if you fell all the way through the tops of the trees, I mean, it's 100 foot to the top of the tree.
Yeah.
The rest of the trees. Then how much that goes down below, you're unsure. So
it's about a tree length.
Yeah, you would just bounce off trees basically, but you could try and land on a
Whatever
tree.
whatever I try and hit, basically with a dagger and teleport into
Yeah,
that
I think
area.
it would arrest the teleport, even if you then fell through the trees and then fell. You
Yeah.
falling again.
So,
You could throw
I
the
mean,
dagger
my
again.
carry maintaining momentum. If I'm falling at terminal velocity, even if I was being fired from a cannon going that way, sorry, and if I threw my magical dagger, it landed and teleported to that position. If I maintained my momentum, carried it forward, I would
You
then
would
just go
still go
on the floor, or because then if I maintain my momentum, if I throw it to the ground while I'm falling, and then the dagger hit the ground, and then I teleported to the ground, that just hit the ground much faster, or at least instantaneously. But if I maintain the momentum, it wouldn't matter because it's just go splat.
I think it would arrest the momentum.
I mean, it's going to be a heck of a roll. But
I would also probably make you make a deck save to try and get the timing right.
oh yeah. I'm expecting it like
There's
an
going to be
epic
few
roll.
rolls involved. It's not straight
I've got
up.
a
I
point
can
of
do
lucky ready to go. I'm not spending it just in case. So that D20 roll is going to be very important.
Yeah, it's beautiful out there. Seems to be some sort of establishment out there. You can see you appear. You can see the sea also.
Oh, I wasn't expecting that. Oh,
You can see
Looking
you're
north.
looking north. You are looking from your estimations somewhere northerly. And you can just make out maybe
Jax,
scattered
but you
stuff.
finished decorating the statues. What's that out there?
Forest,
No, beyond the forest.
the sea,
What sea is that?
the North Sea.
I was half expecting the wet one. Like,
At the same time, I'm going to slip off my magical ring and palm it into Jax's hand,
Like this.
and then basically go, put that on. It's a ring of feather falling, just in case we have to jump out of a window. You'll need to attune to it.
That's going to take some time.
Short rest, apparently.
Yeah. But I have something to do first. I need to see how infected this tree is.
No, how are you planning to do that?
I'm going to pull out an axe and thunk it.
Well, this cushion's out of the way. I'll move the cushion out of the way. This bench is
basically, I want to
tree.
find a big, thick chunk of wall because I figure that's going to have the most of it in there. And ideally, if I can see the grain, I want to go with the grain. So I'm going to get a nice deep slice.
Yeah, sure. It's not going to require an attack roll or anything like that because it's not moving. It is tough.
You missed the tree. Well done.
Yeah, you decapitate Erwin.
Again.
And
There was
and
being
you cut
undead.
him. And you know what you're looking for.
this one
So-
only has little in.
Yeah, I'm basically looking for the pink flecks in the sap.
Yeah, that's why it's quite easy to spot. It does appear to be here. Again, it's more sparsely spread out as you look for it. You've done this before. You know what you're looking for. You've seen it in blood. You've seen it in sap. You've seen it in high concentrations in places. It is not high concentrate here.
Can I basically? I want to sort of see because there's little flecks in there, right?
Yes.
And these flecks, when they're left to their own devices, coalesce.
If they can.
Yes.
Well, I don't know, so I'm going to basically sort of scoop the sort of the stuff off the head of the axe together to basically see. I mean, even if it's a tiny little pebbly bit.
Oh, I see. You're basically chopping it up, so you're basically getting it to free.
Well, no, as in I'm assuming that if I just cut into this tree, I've got sap on the
There's
head.
someone there. There's someone there, and you
So
can
if I
see as
sort
you
of
pull out the thing.
wipe
You
that off and put that together. That I might get like like when you sort of sift for little flakes of gold. Basically, will that stick
join
together?
Yeah. So you get them close, and they do start doing that thing when they seem to be out of the fluid, not flowing, but have very recently been near, like there was something living there, energized, it seems. They've come from something living. They start pulling together and wanting to bond. But you have seen these in a state where they haven't wanted to bond before, I believe. Maybe you haven't.
Don't
Maybe
think so. I think
snippets.
every time we've tried this,
Every
We
time.
literally used it on one of the corpses as basically a magnet and a magnet pulling
yeah,
the crap
no,
out
I
of
did
the.
it on the live person too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then
we did, and they went poof.
yeah, and then the bugbear with us was not very happy.
That was kind of hilarious though.
She may or may not have lost her lunch. Well, I'm basically quite happy to sort of spend my time trying to collect any sap
Evidence. We don't call
and
it
try
evidence.
and basically collect this stuff out of it. And basically, if I start getting a bit of it, then I'm hoping that if I hold it close to the sap, it might suck bits out to get bigger.
Rubbing it up and down.
You're
the
using it like collecting iron filings, essentially, out of the thing, like a magnet. How are you holding this? Remember, Jackson? Have you got your gloves? Something?
Well, to be honest, I'm gonna sort of straight up test it without, just in case, because it's not exactly massive.
No.
So I'm kind of hoping that by volume, because it's little, it's not the big chunky bit that we had before, that it may not have an effect. But I wanted to test that
It
to
is.
start with.
It is strange. It's like, imagine you were turning up doing the reverse of turning up an oven. Your hand, as the crystal starts to grow, gets cooler and cooler and cooler, and your hand starts, even the ends of your fingers start catching like little bits of.
I mean, to be honest, I'll put
Oh.
my gauntlets on once I can feel that it is actually having an effect.
Yes.
I mean, I haven't gone tripping balls, which is a good thing. I will put my gauntlets on and do it with them.
Yeah,
instead.
it gets to about the size of a gold coin. That's what you're nearly up to, and you start feeling like you're being like,
fuzzy headed.
yeah, your vision starts, like, you get that kind of almost shake, and you feel like your mouth
Even
begins to
through
water.
gauntlets.
Sorry?
Even through gauntlets.
Oh, no. If you got your gauntlets on, no. You're
Yeah,
fine.
once it was starting to have an effect, I would have put my
Oh,
gauntlets
sorry.
on.
My apologies. Yeah. So that's what you get before you put the gauntlets on. You start getting this cold feeling, this feeling of emptiness, and then your vision starts twitching. You kind of put it down for a second, pull your gauntlet on, and start drawing more of this from the tree.
Yeah.
Lick it.
Killian, anything you're doing?
Lick it. I'm not gonna.
You're not going to lick it.
Not gonna.
What was this ring, actually, John?
Hmm?
What was this ring that you just given me?
It's literally a
Ring of Featherfall.
yeah, ring of feather falling. It is the ring of feather falling, asterisk, possibly cursed.
Um,
That's officially what it was called.
okay, well, I'm going to put it on because you didn't warn me it was possibly cursed.
Well, I won it. That seems to be fine. So
You didn't wear it for absolutely ages.
I know, because it's possibly
I
cursed.
You're definitely put it on.
Yeah.
And
I'll take it out of my inventory now. It's no longer mine.
I will put it on. If we're here long enough, I will quite happily attune to it. But I'm spending more time collecting.
You're doing
crystals.
activity for a little while.
I
What
love
are
Yeah,
you
fine.
doing?
I just love the fact John's like,
Possibly
yeah.
cursed.
that shit ain't my problem no
Ooh.
more. Just like,
Could you make a little fire, or like, I don't know if there's anything here that's not flammable.
We're in a tree. The whole thing's flammable.
Yeah, it's not likely to burn.
me?
I
Either.
got a lantern with some oil in it. You need a fire.
Well, basically, I
tinted
want
it.
to melt some gold coins down and like potentially dunk this in it after we demoed it. When it was in that sealed ball, it had less effect and it was less noticeable. We're going to start carrying a little pebble of pink crystal. we want to seal it up again?
I mean, yes, I got quite a large mortar and pestle I could use as a crucible, but don't really have any way of producing that sort of sustained heat to melt gold. And my lamp oil is certainly not going to do anything. What it's going to do is warm it up.
Okay, we'll worry about that in a bit. We'll have a chat with the elves. We've got a crystally bit, so we can test it with them, and we can sort of let them know what it is, and tell them their tree's infected.
What would happen if I just kept casting Firebolt?
If you what?
Yeah, listen.
Speak up.
No, I'm
Can't hear
asking
you.
you.
They want to hear
Oh.
also.
Sorry. I was asking what would happen if I just kept casting Firebolt.
That would probably melt them eventually because it does fire damage.
Can I
And
just
it's a cantrip.
What? So Owen's going to hold a crucible. You're going to.
Well, if you're going to do that, it'll be I put my crucible with the coins inside my cooking pot, so there's layers of protection. Then you just go bum 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 bum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The crucible will actually hold. The mortar and pestle should, touch wood, probably need a saving throw, survive, because a big old stone thing, you know.
And you're melting down some coin.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, I just want to dunk this thing in some gold at some point.
Would that work though if I was to just constantly cast Firebolt on this?
Yeah, I'm going to say it would. So with the combination of pots and stuff, and you drop a few gold in, and you start melting up this gold, and within
do I
say
have
10
to-
minutes, you've got this
I
kind
don't
of.
have to cast anything so I don't hit the floor. We are in a giant tree.
You are not chasing anything. You are not in the heat of battle. It is a
This
cantrip.
cauldron is not running around going hee hee.
Oh no, my
Now, how
Or if
close is
it
it?
is, let us
How
know.
close is it to the cursed ring? The cauldron sprouts legs and starts running around. No, it doesn't.
If it's a magic, if it's a ring of feather falling that occasionally animates objects, I want it back. That is too awesome. Give it back.
Hey, Owl.
If
like
you wear this
finger-
ring and climb inside something, it turns into a mini Baba Yaga, whatever. So Baba Yaga pot, Baba
I
Yaga.
want a giant tree.
Yeah. Oh, with chicken legs sticking out the bottom.
More like an ant. Something's like it's the tree doesn't like the warm weather. It goes on holiday. What's going on?
It's all right. I may have just looked up one of my abilities because, like, I was curious whether or not if anything I was wearing and or holding gets big too. I can make the giant tree even bigger.
What?
Here's a question: if you nailed straps to the wall, like backpack straps to the wall, then slip your hands into the straps, sort of thing.
Am I
and tighten them
technically
up,
wearing a
like it's
tree?
now technically now backpacking the tree and make yourself big.
And
Does
then
that
you can
mean I
cast large on it, and we can sort of quadruple itself.
Probably not. Yeah, it probably just collapse the tree into the ground and then sinks and turns sideways.
Where we crack the surface of the earth.
Yeah, pretty much,
Just a second, guys. We've got our nightly.
Trouble.
So yes, you are within this room. You've looked out the window. You have observed that you're very high up in the trees above the forest of Gargamel. Killian, you have melted some gold in a pot. Jax, what are you doing with this crystal?
Well, at the moment, I'm just trying to grow it as big as possible because I can test it. But once I've demoed it, I want to have the hot melty gold to dunk it in.
So you want gold coated crystal?
Yeah. I just want dense metal wrapped around it to sort of mask it. But at the moment, we need it to show them these guys to say, yeah, your tree's infested.
So we don't want to start melting this gold just yet. Then
Just as long as we can do it at some point.
We've tested the theory. It seems to have worked. You've spent some time here looking for that. there is can you make me, Killian, Norn, and Charlie,
No.
being the ones who've got the magics here? Oh, Charlie can't. No. Can you make me
Yeah.
an Arcana check?
I can try, but you saw how well that went last time. Let's try a different. I'm trying a different one. See how
Making
that
checks
works.
easy. Succeeding checks hard.
What is it? I kind of.
8, my love.
No, it wasn't.
Is
It
it
was even
3?
better than that. It was a 3. So that would be an 8.
I mean, we roll good
so,
tonight.
yeah, everything seems pretty inert in this room. There is very little magical activity going on around you or near you or any
Even your
such
friends
thing.
seem to be statues.
Yeah.
Can I have a because I was
Yeah.
listening at the door.
Yeah.
And obviously I'm still listening at the door, but like
You're
nosy
taking a
about the
look
room.
around the place. Yeah.
You said there's a table with food on it.
There is a table with food on it. Yes.
At this
Kana
point,
has a look. What was that? No, what did you say? What did you say?
He said at this point, but then he was having an idea about something. But we'll let Killian play out what Killian does.
I was gonna be smart and not just eat all the food, okay?
You're gonna lick it first.
I was gonna investigate it first.
Which is licking it.
Yeah, well. Can I sniff it and poke it and lick it?
Yeah.
Not every single little bit of food. Like if there's a bowl
leave
of
us something,
I'm
you
not
know.
gonna lick every single grape.
Oh,
But I don't trust these people.
Mm.
And I wouldn't wouldn't put it past them to like mess with food. And you don't mess with food with Killian.
mhm.
But yeah, I want to make sure they don't mess with the food. And then if they haven't, I want to eat some.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Yeah, you walk over to the table,
Never in.
and what do you go for? There is a fruit bowl that's full of like nice, fresh looking fruits and things. Some sort of berries, some sort of
I love
peach
it.
like stuff. There are some there is also some sort of sliced like root type thing, like a kind of gourd that looks like it's been.
Is it all healthy looking shit?
Yes, very.
No,
very.
this does feel like a vegan Whole Foods going on here, don't they?
Yeah. Although there is one piece of like roast meat as well at the back, but like it's that's like the center.
It's bacon.
It's what?
Bacon.
It's a leg of shambling mound.
Bacon is weird.
Mm.
But is there
Shambling
like
mound.
any? Is there any like?
Like
bread?
kale.
Oh yeah, there's these like little sort of dark cake things, like little buns like this, sort of sit along the edge. It's very geometrically, everything's very precisely placed on here.
Can I poke my finger through one and pick it up?
You push your nail into it, and it splits in two.
And what's in the middle?
More of the bread.
Okay. Can I pick it up and like look at it, sniff it, do all of that, and then lick it?
It's a very crisp, rye, dark, malty, unseasoned.
Killian, how's the food?
Can I throw it? I was gonna say, can I throw it at Erwin? But then I was like, no, Killian wouldn't waste it throwing it at Erwin. He doesn't want to hurt Erwin. He would turn around and throw it at Charles.
Okay.
I'm going to use my.
Sorry, go on.
I'm going to try and use a dagger to knock it out of the air. Practice.
Okay. Dex attack roll from Erwin.
What
An
do we-
attack roll from you. So if you're on target to Charlie,
So
just a ranged attack. So anything you can fire, throw, or something like that. So
like a dagger.
a dagger would be fine. Roll a dagger attack. We'll roll. You're not proficient with bacon. Well, no, you are proficient with bacon.
I am proficient with baked good. Thanks very much.
15.
Okay.
Let's go for this
Let's
one.
have that D20 and see if that one's any better for you.
This is the one I rolled the first 2
I
times.
know, it's
and it
naff,
was
wasn't it?
fun.
It's an 18 though.
So
Okay, yeah, it's on target. It's beautiful. Arcing towards Charlie, who seems to be sort of looking at these statues, trying to figure out what's going on there. And all of a sudden, there's a little psychic dagger, pins it to the wall. The dagger kind of dissipates, and the biscuit crumbles to the ground.
Good shot.
I still have the other half.
Holding a dagger in my hand.
It now becomes a game. There is a lot of these rolls. How many rolls are there?
There are quite a few rolls. You go to throw the second one. Do you throw the second one?
Yeah, I do.
You don't go to throw the second one, and just as you do that, Charlie crouches down.
Oh, I'm not. The second one isn't aimed at Charles. I'm
Oh.
just lobbing them around.
Oh.
The first one was aimed at Charles.
Okay.
Just because he was there and I didn't want to throw it at Owen. But now I'm just like lobbing them around the room.
Okay.
If Owen's going to hit them with psychic
Oh.
daggers, I'm like,
Yeah, this is.
and I'm just lobbing these things around the room.
But it's like pull,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
pull. Yeah, and there's a.
At some point, I'm
Beautifully-
probably going to teleport to one and go. "Ha, Thank you."
and you land. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God! Suddenly realised it teleports when it lands. If I hit a target, suddenly I'm there, midair. It's not bonk. Delicious.
Yeah.
Suddenly, Erwin's in midair and lands.
And you drop like the 3 foot that it was
Yeah.
cast up. Yeah, and wander off with a biscuit. There is psychic daggers shredding wheat-based products all over this beautiful middle room.
They have to see it for too long. You can tell.
And
You can tell when the kids start to play up.
Yeah.
That they're getting bored now.
and Charles is crouched down by one of these statues, and he is kind of. Did you not notice this, Killian, when you came and had a look at this thing? He like peels with the very tips of his claws part of this Jack's sock back. Look. I think they wanted to watch us. Most definitely.
And right now, what they see is Owen with a dagger, me with a roll, crumbs everywhere.
Yeah.
We're like, oh.
And of course, they want to know what we're like, what we are about. And I can appreciate the idea.
They see this situation.
The thing is, it's like I'm the noble one. I'm the reason we're here right now. And then we were
Oh,
rolling.
trust me, I studied English history of the kings and things like that. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine.
Yeah, Killian, do you touch anything else on the table? What? What?
Bring that back on screen.
What, the goblet? He's been drinking from the goblet all this time.
I just saw it. Bring it back up. That is so cool. That is so cool. Sorry.
This guy.
I got very distracted and I was like, it's a shiny thing.
Do you,
Sorry, what did
do
you
you touch anything else on the table, Killian?
No.
Just the biscuits, snapping the biscuits. You snap the biscuits and throw them around.
Yeah, I ain't touching this healthy shit.
Okay, not the meat. Don't believe me, you don't have to. It's fine. Don't touch it. It's fine.
It seems like me and Erwin are having too much fun.
To be distracted by the food.
Yeah, and the meat would be to eat, not to play with. But me and Erwin are playing.
Okay, sure.
So-
Oh yeah, I wouldn't like damaging meat. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not Philistine, but biscuits. Oh, totally. They're literally designed to be play toys. They're discs and everything. You know.
They're literally
What?
edible frisbees. Like,
Yeah.
There is a loud banging at the door, the one that you came in.
Did I hear the people approaching before we? Or was
No,
that
You
you?
weren't listening at some point,
You
dear.
rolled a
Come
10, by the
on.
way. Killian Norn, you rolled a 10 and you're throwing biscuits.
Yeah.
Come in.
You see Jack of Shots come in, and then there is that you can hear like a scuffle outside. Well, you can't go in there. There's already someone going in for an audience. This is important. I can't be hanging around all day. Come on, you've got to let me through. Bang, 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 bang. And then there's like, you will be let out of here if you are not careful. If you continue on this course of action, you will be escorted out. You shall be forbade from coming here again. It's important, of course, see the Grand High Elf. You don't know what's happening.
Can I approach the door?
I'm also approaching the door.
Yeah, come on.
Go high. You go high. I go low.
Oh no, I'm thinking, can we open it? And like, I stand there with a roll, like munching on it. And I,
Well, see if it's not locked first.
yeah, is it locked?
It is locked. You've been told it's secure.
Yeah. Is it seriously locked?
Yeah, is it like locked?
Is this like an Erwin
cobbler
would
thing.
do?
Yeah. I'll get my
Cobblers
cobbler
do that.
tools out. I'll get my cobbler tools out.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
locked is
Let's have a cobble.
Okay, can I won't see this. Can I have my ear to the door because I'm being a nosy bastard and listening?
Yeah,
Whilst eating a roll.
yeah. Of course you can.
Yes.
Let's have a check. What you hear is you can hear the guards being a bit more louder outside.
Do you want a mac and cheese crisp?
No.
Okay.
But they say, "Look, you weirdo." Look, they say, "Look, you are most peculiar. I don't know even how you got up here on this floor." "Well, I'm always, I just gotta get in there and never, gotta have a word, it's important stuff." "Look, you have an odor about you. The High Elf will not want that. You are not dressed appropriately to be in his presence in the slightest, and you are not. What even is that all over you?" "It's good for my skin. I've got blisters and bumps. I rub it on daily." "It smells like dung." "It is dung."
Almost picking the lock. Don't take the picks back out. Look up at Killian though. Really?
As he looks up at me, I'm stood there going, like sniffing my armpits and like looking at what I'm wearing and going,
I give you a thumbs up. You're fine.
You're working it.
I'm just like,
So, question. This key hole, is it a hole all the way through? Can I put my eye to it and
Yeah,
Okay.
it looks like it's lockable from either side. When you
Oh.
peer through, you can see a you can see kind of like the crossbars of two large lances type things with maybe halbards is the best thing to describe them as. They've got
Right,
this kind of big like
meaty.
exotic thing on the end of it, and very illuminated in sort of golden things with little rivulets and designs all carved up them in very elven esque sculpture. Everything is beautiful that they do. However, whatever is accosting the door is stained robes are clearly, you've seen this kind of dye. This dye is done with beetroot.
No.
It
Yep.
is patchy, it is Hessian, it is sackcloth, it is tattered, and even at this, your eye begins to water as it wafts towards the door, and you get an eye full of this pungent odor. And they push back again. Look, Towel. We understand that you are very dedicated to your cause, but you cannot see the High Elf right now. He's about to have audience of some very high-honored guests. He cannot have... Yeah, but listen, boy, the fate of everything could be at stake here. You say that every week, Towel.
It's just getting to your throat now.
For some reason, doing that voice is really killing me.
I've no
Which
idea
normally
why.
wouldn't, because I do that voice all the time.
Yeah, but you have been coughing and
Hmm.
fair bit.
What do you do?
He's suffering for his art. That's what he is doing. He's a full artist.
Is that what you call this? Art?
What do you call
It begins with
that?
A. I'll go with art.
I was like, what's this then? I suffer dealing with this.
The artist.
Yeah.
So
I know,
yeah, what do you do, folks?
you are a damn artist. I've seen your work. It's good.
Thank you. What do you do?
Can I look down? I almost said I look down at Killian.
No, you don't.
I don't look down at Killian. I look down at
Wow,
Erwin.
someone's astral projecting. Oh, that's a problem.
I switch bodies with Kerwin. Why did you do that? I don't know. Just
I
did.
don't know.
Dude, if you switched body with Erwin, you wouldn't get your body back. I could live with this.
I would be like, ah, yeah.
Ah.
It'll be all right until you reach into your pockets and find. Oh,
no,
so
I mean,
much croissant.
it'll be 4 days of like bathing just to get the crumbs of. But the first thing I do is pick up an Erwin sized Killian and basically juggle with him. See how you like it.
Yes, I can see.
Hey. So I look down at Erwin and see what Erwin's doing.
Erwin has stopped picking a lock.
I'm doing this.
Ah. And I'm like, are we not letting him in then?
Only if we can open a window. All of them.
I thought you had opened the window.
No, I looked out. I actually didn't get an answer to whether or not the windows could be opened.
Yeah, he did ask.
It does appear so, yes.
Well, yeah, I haven't opened it.
Right, so
But I did check to see if it could be.
if I go open the windows, do you want to let him in? Because it sounds kind of
Probably won't, but I can always open the door.
urgent and
Do you
important.
cobble a bit?
I will
Yeah.
pick the lock. Go
I
crack a
can
window.
open all the windows in the room.
You do. They open. Beautiful smells. Clear air. So yeah.
Ooh, I love the smell of the sea.
Mm-hmm. Do you like the sea?
I love the sea.
I rolled a 31.
Yeah, the door. Even with this elven weird grown lock, a lock that is organic in nature, it pops just instantaneously.
19 plus 12. You know.
Just comes undone. The lock is seamlessly undone and quietly.
Yep.
You're able to kind of open the door a crack and see out before you.
I'm probably going to be a little bit more bold. I'm just going to assume I'm just going to make it like fake it till you make it. So they just going to open the door like it was never locked. Hey, I'm going to let them decide. What's the commotion?
Oh! I thought you were going to be there. I'm the Eye Master. Look, I gotta get through. I hate to be rude and interrupt. What you see before you is an elf. There are dreadlocks falling down the face.
Is he mushroomy?
Huh?
Is he mushroomy?
Some of the smell could be considered mushroomy, yes. There is a
Christ, what's the other one?
Algaric conclave?
Algaric. Yeah. Algaric conclave?
Oh yeah, founder.
Founder?
Yeah.
Oh, what do you want to see him about?
I need to tell the Grand High Elf about what a terrible thing what has occurred.
That is?
I can't tell you. It's most devastating importance to the whole forest.
Can
Well,
I?
when I am weighing up whether or not to let you go before us or not, I need to know whether or not, what's on the other hand.
Make me a persuasion check.
This is going to go so well.
I was gonna say, can I appear behind Erwin because I've opened all the windows?
Get
and
out
I
of the
can-
boat. 20. Not natural, but 20.
Dirty 20.
Such a cute reaction. I was like, yeah.
Did
I
it.
got +1. I rolled a 19. It was like,
Beautiful. He goes, oh, look, I'm in a rush. If you really must know, the answer's beneath. They were always there before us. And now what's happened is they have been undone. And plans that are long made have become released and unbound. And now we don't know.
are you talking about the pink crystal that is buried deep beneath the building, beneath this tree, bound in the roots and the mycelium helping out the tree?
Yes.
Oh, we got rid of the crystal, but it's still infected the tree.
Excuse, you got rid of it. How did you?
Oh, and we kind of had a few words with the dragon.
Actually resurrected the dragon because it got killed.
Hang on, before we carry on at all, I would like to step across the room.
Yep.
I would like to
I will
grab
open the door
said-
for you.
I would like to
bigger
grab
than me.
said elf and give him the standard pudding question.
Squeeze. You have to bear in mind you're going to be crossing past the guards, so you may want to.
Yeah.
That's fine. To be honest, I'm happy just reaching past, grabbing him on the shoulders and sort of
Give him a squeeze.
give him a squeeze on the shoulder.
There is a lot of fabric. There are multiple layers of filthy things on this person, but you feel bones.
Are you pudding?
Yes, I am 100% ridden.
Okay,
No
so
bones.
you're
I
not
wasn't sure.
pudding person. That's a good sign. So sort of as I'm leaving past, I'm going to look as I was. Should we just like take him in and we'll have a chat with him and work out quite what this is, because it sounds like it might be related.
The door opened. I'm
Well, that
sure
wasn't locked.
Larry unlocked it. Did he? He was in a very awful rush. Maybe he didn't. Well, forgetful. Well, as they get on in age, some of them get a bit,
We didn't throw a lot at him, to be honest. He had a lot of stress on his mind.
Yes, and that halfling. I wonder what he wanted.
What happened?
When you came out of the elevator, there was a halfling that gave him a scroll, if you remember.
Oh, good question.
Never mind.
Question.
Sure it was nothing. He did look rather pensive.
Halflings.
If you can work this out amicably between the pair of you, you will be admitted to the waiting room. Did you open the? Oh, yes, I can see you've opened the windows. You didn't want to be closed in just
It was
there.
coming through the lock. It sort of
Yes,
tipped
we've
us
got
off.
to pause again. We've got to visit. Sorry.
Shall we continue?
If you're ready, if you're sitting comfortably, then we shall continue. Yeah, eventually, after some kind of negotiation with the guards, this individual in the beetroot-stained robes is ushered into your presence and begins to stink out the room. Immediately rushes for the table and starts eating at the food. The wall behind the food, as he starts touching the different fruits and berries, speaks.
The wall speaks.
The wall speaks.
Turn to the wall.
A mouth forms, and it starts giving you giving description in common of everything that he's picking up. You are
Does it
about
have
to
a
try
sort
to
of a
find.
cleft palate?
Sorry.
Does it have a cleft palate? His magic mouth has appeared. Just
Oh,
that
you've
that's
got
where I put.
it. Yeah, it's got a lisp. It tries to speak. That is what the most delicious, finest, rarest berry that is the most. Yeah, it starts giving out descriptions of everything that's being eaten.
Do you want a pink
And
one?
and Towel seems to just nod off. Yeah, no, what it is. I blooming pick it every day. Not that rare.
His name is Towel.
Towel. Tawill.
I'm calling Tal.
Towel.
Tal.
Oh.
Everybody knows me. He's carrying too much napkin.
He just seems to be mostly filling his pockets with the things.
Handkerchief.
Waste not,
Brag.
want not. They'll only sitting there, go cold on it. Get
So-
warm already.
Why are you worried about the crystal going?
Well, we didn't know where it went.
Plane of Earth. We figured they were the ones that were equipped to deal with it. And there's still a shitload in the tree. Look, I've
Well,
collected
yeah,
this.
with the infection, we were trying to maintain a balance.
Well, I've like extracted this in like the last half hour.
Now there's not a source of it and ever-growing power. Maybe we could draw it all out.
I
You're
wouldn't
welcome.
recommend it. The last thing I did that to, it kind of exploded in a.
It can be done
Sure.
more gently, Jax. Let's be honest. It's a tree. It's not so porous.
It kind of exploded and like sort of it came out of the whole, pulled the body apart on its way out.
Well, that'd be a
Yeah.
disaster. We don't want that to happen to Entharven. One of the greatest trees ever, this. It's been a long time working on it, and then, well, like most things, Enshapar had it.
Okay, so you were just going to come and tell her that there's a problem, that the crystal's not there no more?
We were going to tell him that the balance was upset. That
Okay.
I communed with it.
What, the tree?
The
What
shroom.
Hmm.
I spoke to it. It talked
nice-
into my mind.
A mycelium construct underneath. Yes, my friends have had a worthy conversation with it.
And what did it say to you? Were you enlightened also? He turns to Killian. Did you feel a buoyancy that you'd never felt before? Did you feel a lightening of your soul? Did you feel you were transcended above the realms of mortal flesh to that of the beyond? And could you see things that you never saw before, but saw them exactly as they were?
No.
Oh,
Wow, Lemon don't know.
that's a rarity.
I wanted to hit it.
Why on earth would you want to hit the shroom, the elder shrooms?
Well,
Really?
Mr. Towel, this is Prince Killian Dorn of the
Oh, I'm
Dragonborn.
sure. He curtsies.
And the Norns are famous for their appetite.
Well, you haven't touched the food on the table.
This is like across the road.
This is
Yeah,
to
come
be
here.
honest,
Food
to the greatest respect to your chefs and cooks of your people. This is almost beneath the quality and quantity that the Norns are used to.
No Mama Oos.
There's no move.
Who is this host?
Oh, only the greatest
Get out.
culinary master of this world and many others.
Well, I'm intrigued. I'm always one to sample, and he sits, raises himself up a little bit, and you realise that
hoovered.
what hunches him forwards quite somewhat is maybe somewhat of a portly stomach that actually weighs him slightly forwards.
This guy likes to eat.
Mm.
I see you are. I see you're also a gastronome of some substance.
There's also Growl. the
I've tried
bugbear.
many things, yeah.
The coat gets opened.
What is that?
This is a croissant.
What does one
Eat it.
within a
Eat it.
How old is this class?
How
Well-
long have you been away from Mummy?
Long bloody while.
This is a stainless croissant that probably still tastes delicious.
It's
It's
almost
slightly
like
frozen because it's been against me, but I can.
That's
walk
kind of
it.
hilarious. Actually, yeah, that's kind of funny. He is a basically walking refrigerator.
I can heat it up if you want.
I like the fact that you just do like a slight version of like
Fireball.
yeah,
just,
but like
just warm my
yeah,
hand.
you
like-
do it over the top of it, like
Yeah, it's like whacking it in a microwave for 30 seconds. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah, so it's soggy but warm.
yeah. You have you pass it over, and it like the
Popeye.
first crumb like falls upon his tongue. There's a well, that's a taste sensation, that. Quite
But
delightful.
now imagine that fresh out of the oven after
This
a
isn't
master's
fresh.
hands. Oh, it's almost a week old.
And the rest. It was 2 weeks from Mama Oost to
To the forest.
through the thingy, and then we had your favourite city. Then we did some stuff in there for a couple of days. Then we teleported. Then we dicked around. Then we've been in the basement. It's probably closer to a month old.
Yeah. It's
I'm glad that Killian Dawn is cold. Because that thing would be moldy.
it is so you're interested in the finer things. Maybe I can interest you in one of these.
What is it?
Pulls out a small dried orange crisp.
Have I seen this thing before
Yeah, you have.
in the Feywild?
Yeah.
What is it? One of the ones that one of us ate?
It's the ones that Matt was that Jackson was a big fan of.
No, that's
Wait.
mushrooms, not
Yeah,
orange.
Sorry?
Was mushrooms. Mine was mushroom slices.
yeah.
Mushroom.
Mine was slices of mushroom.
Yeah, well, this is very finely sliced and crisped.
Yeah,
And
so
orange in
And orange.
coloration.
so we've seen it before. One of us has tried it.
Yes.
What one was it?
It was the one that they
They're
provide,
really good.
Yeah.
What do they do?
provides the benefit of a long
short rest.
short rest. Sorry.
Oh,
When you're
nice.
cooking
Yeah,
Ah,
it's absolutely awesome for Jack.
it.
I put a ring on. Chew on a mushroom slice. Rings are tuned. Woo!
Now I'm cursed.
can I have it? Like, can I hold my hand out?
Mhm.
If does he place it in my hand?
There you are. I think you'll like that. Very refreshing. Especially if you have a rather large meal, you can have one of them after. Feels like you haven't eaten nothing.
I was about to say something then, and then I was like, that is not appropriate right now.
I appreciate your restraint. I don't know where it came from, but I appreciate it.
yeah.
So you mean it makes you hungry again?
It means you can eat some more. That's what I tend to do. That's this.
I wish when Killian opens his hand and he's like, no, never thought of that before. No, I don't have it though.
Yeah, eat it.
I don't have it.
He has it, but you don't X it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can put it in.
Words. So I will keep a hold of it though.
Is
And
the door shut?
I trade him another croissant for it.
Okay.
Is the door shut now?
Yeah, the door's outer. The kind of guards have pulled it too. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, and do you want to cobble of the other door?
My shoemaking skills are certainly getting the workout. I'll go over to the other door, the one.
That leads to the inner sanctum.
Indeed.
You may.
Does it have a lock for a start?
It does. It's locked.
I will try and open it.
Go for it. Let's have a
That
roll.
is not a good roll. Does 15 make it?
Rattles and you're being easy.
If I add, I'm going to add a D8. Does 18 make it?
It does indeed, yeah.
Take off that power point.
So you feel like your lockpick's about to kind of snap, and then you kind of quickly reverse it, flip it
Yep.
into your other hand, into your left, from your right to your left grip. You almost drop it and grab it with your fine claw-like ends of your fingers, and then you just little nick round and you figure out what it was. It's twisting just slightly. Thought it was clockwise. It was anti. Needed to go, and the comes undone.
I pulled out. I give you a thumbs up. Trixie, I like it.
Sorry, I've got to go and do a dog let out now, would you believe?
Do the dog thing. Oh, yeah.
So yeah, there is this rather smelly elf with you, dreadlocks that pour out of like they're dreadlocks that kind of around the side, the middle bit is going bald and receding back. They kind of they're black at the bottom, but they're white as the white hair's grown out.
Oh my god, does he look like a monk but with dreadlocks?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, you get this kind
Monk locks.
Monk locks. And the door has come unlocked. Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna open it.
I'm gonna step away from the door and basically relax on the bench while these people do things.
Yeah, 2 halberds are immediately lowered at you.
I know you guys like take your time and everything because you like live for a long time, but we kind of need to have a chat with Vitris and Lauren, and we need to give them a quick test just to make sure that they're not pudding people. So if you could like go and like hurry them up, that'd be great.
They have other things to attend to. They will arrive when they need to. They have other concerns, things to do. I'm sure they are on their way right now. What was the door not locked?
No, I just turned the handle.
Strange. Very strange.
Well, could you like go and tell them to hurry up? Because we've got places to go and do stuff. We just need to like let them know that their plan was stupid. And you know.
It doesn't seem that the high elves they're stunned by your bluntness. Basically, they try and back up. They're like, high elf, the grand high elf, stupid Vitris.
I said their plan was stupid. I think they might be pudding people. I think they might be working for the other side.
I start coughing like a crumb in my throat.
What have you done to the inner room? Why are there crumbs everywhere?
Can I give one of them a squeeze?
Yes, you can.
What? Hang on,
Tell
what
me,
are you doing?
Give him one of the ones that's a squeeze.
How do you do that? The halberd is at you, like the lot of it. Kind of like you're not allowed to cross this threshold at the moment.
Where? What? So open to the door.
It's a double door.
Where are they stood?
Either side of the door.
So if I was to lean against the door frame,
You'd be close to them.
You'd be
They
close.
may not like you being there.
Yeah. The other one would have the at the end of their halberd.
can I just like reach an arm out?
Yeah, they look at you like, Dragonborn, we have heard of what are you doing?
Can I just put my hand on his shoulder?
He bats it away. What are you doing? We do not resist. We will defend ourselves.
I think what Killian's trying to do is give you a pudding person test.
What on earth are you babbling about?
The pudding people!
Can you just kind of do that with your neck?
Can I give your arm a bit of a squeeze?
Why are you obsessed with touching us?
We're not. We're accessories, so you still have your bones.
It's either I squeeze you or I lick you. It's up to you.
You want the squeeze.
Make me
You don't want the licking.
persuasion check.
Screw that.
Is it like persuasion or intimidation?
Can I give her an advantage by giving them a sort of like, dude, you do so
Yeah.
if you want this to happen, it's not a good idea. Don't resist.
Wow.
So do you want a persuasion or an
You
intimidation?
can have either, depending if you are threatening a lick.
Oh yeah, I'm threatening a lick.
Okay,
Like-
yeah, that is intimidation, a threatened
Yeah.
lick.
Can I give them an advantage by
I
giving
think
them
so. Like,
Yeah,
you're like behind
you
them.
want this? You want it? Oh, no. Yeah, yeah. You don't want. You want to squeeze. You don't want to lick. No.
So that would be a 17.
17.
Ooh.
Yeah, they kind of go very well, but then you will explain yourself. We are guards to the High Elf here.
Yeah,
They-
and I'm Killian Norn, and
they
he's the guard
brace-
for thingy, my Bobby, whatever Owen is the guard for. I can't remember.
Morton Sal.
Morton Sal.
Crowhast, the whole of the country.
Yeah, it's the way Owen is. He's the guard for thingy, my Bobby.
This is exactly how Killian would do it. You tuck. They brace the halberd under. They still got that point at you, but they offer
That's
you.
fine.
A forearm.
That's me squeeze up. Yeah.
So I'll
Yeah.
scream and just go.
You said a squeeze or a lick. And what? What have you discovered with your testing?
What did
I
I
will
do?
look to Killian first.
Phone.
What? Bone. Now he's good.
The cult of the Moor that are in league with this crystal that is infesting even your tree.
Insidious
everywhere.
Please. The the cult itself look for important people or those who guard important people, and with promises of power and strength and advantage, persuade them to join them, and they place a small piece of crystal, normally in a nick around the neck, a tiny cut, a
Tiny.
teeny tiny piece of crystal.
Right.
But after a time, that morphs them. It transmogrifies the creatures. They become what we colloquially call pudding people. It removes the bones to become gelatinous forms that can keep and maintain the visage of normalcy. We have fought many of them. They have taken down kings and have taken up the positions of great power in churches and other such institutions. The Moor and its cultists and this crystalline intelligence are a threat to our entire world. We've been fighting it.
Exactly. What we've been doing down below is we've been talking to the mushroom, conversing with it, making it grow, making it bond with the tree. The tree and the mushroom are symbiosis.
Have either of you guys tested him on about the
Yeah.
other guard?
Jax has.
What, the other guard?
No,
Oh,
Stinky.
no.
Can I test the other guard? Oh, I know you tested.
Yeah, you've persuaded both of them. You
tested the
find
Stinky
bones
guy.
under both.
Cool. That's what I was just checking because
It
I was like,
starts in the
"Let's kill this."
shoulder, and it's always the shoulder bone is the first to go. It gets worse and worse and worse. Eventually, the whole body turns into a gooey mess.
And
Yeah,
if
the
you
ones
pop
that
'em-
you've seen like it, whether it's here, it's here. When it,
Mm.
yeah, that's the way that you've seen the injection happen. It's near the point of
It's the squishy
insection,
bit.
kind of like the point of injection. Sorry, that's
Yeah,
the
it made sense. It was cool.
And if you pop them, they turn into these big giant tentacle monsters that don't look like they'd fit in the skin suits, and then you have to kill them. And they smell
But they
really
feel
bad.
like pudding when you give them a squeeze.
That ergo, the colloquial term for them we've come up with is pudding person. We should probably come up with a better term, but it actually makes sense.
Pudding person.
Mm. So
And
I do apologize for the unorthodox nature of our quest. trying to convince people that their hires and betters may be taken over by a foreign entity from another dimension shouldn't be as hard as it is, but it is.
Well, the thing is, that's what I've been trying to tell them for ages. The Enshapar just don't listen. They think that we're all far too involved.
I turn around and goes, "You need a bath. You stink."
I put this on for the pimples.
But why do you think you have them in the first place?
Then perhaps lavender. Add something to it. My God, man, my eyes are burning being in your presence.
Mint. Try mint.
You're gonna judge me for my condition.
No, for the smell. The condition, that's understandable. Probably see a priest about it. But smell, oh boy.
I've already got rag and shoved it up my nostrils.
Well,
What is actually your condition? Charlie, what is your condition?
I could have a little look at it.
Probably a good idea.
Let me have a little look. Would you mind? I might be able to give you a hand there. Oh, you're more than welcome. I've had everyone look. 16 with a medicine from Charlie. I think it's only a plus. It's not a very high plus for little Charles. Let's have a little look, Charlie. Charlie Owen, you beautiful little devil.
Oh, this is where it freezes, isn't it?
So was it surname always Irwin before I turned up?
Sorry?
Was his surname always Irwin before I turned
Charles
up?
Owen, yeah.
Charles
Oh my
Owen.
God, that's just weird. That's kind of cool though.
So he's got plus 3. 19.
19.
You, my friend, appear to be allergic
To mushrooms.
to grass seed.
What?
Grass seed.
Say grass again.
Grass seed.
Grass.
Oh, grass seed. Just a seed or the grass itself?
Well, it appears you've got several of the... It's a certain type of grass. There's a small hair that allows it to attach to small animals. You have several of them attached to those things that hang from your head. What are these? These are a symbol of my wisdom.
Well, apparently they're poisoning you.
They're a symbol of you having an allergy. What do you expect me to do? Remove them?
Wash them.
Wash them or remove the seeds, but they're quite infested, and I believe that might be a weevil in one of them. You leave him alone.
Oh, we have no intention of hurting your weevil.
A weevil in the weave.
A weevil in the wave.
Sorry, that tickled me too much. I was like, weevil in the
The
weave.
catcher in the rye, the weevil in the weave.
Not quite as much of a dramatic stand.
Yeah, that's true.
Sorry, I'll behave now.
No, don't bother.
So you're saying if I get rid of these seeds, my face will clear up? Yes, then I believe you won't have to smear yourself in feculence anymore.
What? Say that again.
Feculence. Poop.
No, it's the way you said it. Say it in the child's voice again.
You won't have to smear yourself in feculence anymore.
Great sound, brilliant. Love it.
Because Charles would be trying to be polite about it, given the diagnosis. More like a doctor.
I love Charles. He's the glue that keeps this party together. He really is. I would be utterly. I would literally end the world if Charles died. I really would. I would turn evil if Charles died. I really would.
Not succulents. You won't have to cover yourself in succulents.
Like what?
No.
But it's the way you said it. I was like, oh, right, okay.
He considers this for a moment. Well, that's more for my healthcare routine then. Change up for that. What were we saying? End of the world. Oh yeah.
So I think the reason they might not be listening to you is they may be pudding people.
Well, if that that might be true. I've not witnessed this gelatinosizing that you speak of.
Yeah, it's not pleasant. Although, strangely, the point is, these powerful individuals who want more power, because power corrupts, blah, 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 we've often found they've been weakened by the effect. Promised power, but doesn't seem to be working out for them. There were a trio of swamp hags that we had to deal with. They were promised great deals of power by another individual who was Puttinized. And we had more trouble dealing with them than the Putin person himself.
That's sweet.
Yes, we found a rather ingenious solution for dealing with some of the pudding things. Jackson noticed it first. Doors.
Oh yeah, they're terrible at doors. They can't control themselves. They're like blah blah blah.
I forgot about the doors. And that's a point though. When was the last time you guys saw the important people?
Well, they were just here a few hours ago.
How long have we actually been in this room?
At least 1 hour long.
An hour or so. An hour or two, maybe just kind of like waiting around. You're into the second room now, but you kind of, well, in this other room, you can sort of see the outer edge again, and it curves round, and you're like on a undulation of the tree, as it's not a complete, it's not a circle. It has bits that stick out, and you seem to be in one of those. You see a grand window behind. You see a beautifully carved desk that's shaped out of the floor. You can see quills and ink and things upon the desk. You can see a bookcase shaped out of the wall on the wall. Killian, you would probably notice that the just with your sort of innate magics, that there is protection on this bookcase. You can kind of feel there's some sort of field energy going on over on yonder. Well, the thing is, they don't listen to me though. They always just say that, like, you of the conclave spent too much time conversing with the shroom, and I'm like, no, it holds all the answers.
It doesn't hold all the answers. Nothing can hold all the answers. Even the gods themselves have their particular domains. In those domains, they hold all the answers. But outside those domains, they are blind. That's why we have a pantheon. Not a singular thing.
You see, Grumish is only half blind.
But only half blind gives him some insights. But he does mean he understands that he is also blind to other things. He's honest, to be honest. That's theology.
I suppose you might be right. I'll have to talk to the shroom about that. I wonder what they'll say.
Have a bath first.
No. I understand. Cure the grass seed issue, then work on the rest. It'll be more comfortable for you, nothing else.
Should I just go? You seem to have this under control,
Actually, I don't know. I think we would like you here. Honestly, you are of their people, of these people. We're not. We're strangers. I'm a goblin. I appreciate that my race are not trusted by anyone for reasons. I am but a humble servant to Killian Norn of his great house and of Jax and his great tribe.
And Charles and his floofy feather.
And Charles of his faith in more than one god at once, which is, to be honest, very impressive.
All right, I'll hang around then for a bit. Oh, hold up.
Mm,
Hold
like I'm expecting to throw up or something. Like, oh, wait.
We all take a couple of steps backwards. Like,
Hold
Do you
up.
feel that? Roll Arcana.
me?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, I don't feel a thing. What do you feel?
oh, sorry. Was that
Have you got indigestion? Is your stomach not ready for the delights of a croissant?
phone? I don't want to take a photo. I want...
Phones, you gotta love them. Technology, it's a thing.
Exists. 13, critically halved.
So that's 18.
18. Killian, you feel a sort of ionizing and start tasting like a metallic tang in the atmosphere, and your scales kind of lift a little at the edges like this,
Ooh.
and then there is a blinding flash, and in the room appears an individual. They are hunched over. They are nearly bent double. You can see a large shawl that's draped round the shoulder. You can see long white hair that cascades over their shoulders and down, and then over their legs, and also over the arms of the wheelchair that they sit in. And this wheelchair is the only thing in this place that is very mechanical. It stands out because it is not made of
Wood.
or
Metal
organic
construction. Are we talking like a brass, like steampunky sort of
Yeah,
affair?
we're talking
Okay.
of something like
Filigree and things.
yeah, beautifully
Yeah.
made, wonderfully made, but completely almost at odds with the things around here.
My brain then went, you know those carts that have like the organs on the back of them?
Oh, you mean like a steam organ, like a steam engine type thing?
Yeah, but you see them in like little market squares.
And there's and they play.
Yeah, my brain then went, yeah, and it's got one of them attached
That's
to
a
the back.
very Devonshire thing. I don't know what you're talking about.
They have
Actually,
these.
the first time I saw one was over in Ireland, but
They do have one at the top of Penzance High Street sometimes,
Yeah.
like a mechanical organ that has like
Has a hurdy-gurdy?
No, you feed it. It's massive. It's huge. It's like on a trailer, and you feed it, like
Punch
you would
cards.
like a roll piano where you have.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
This thing
Excellent.
has like
Brilliant.
drums
Fantastic.
in it. It has like a full,
Yeah.
almost like a Wurlitzer inside.
Shit. Yeah.
but I'm thinking like, you know, the ones that adjust the organs and they're like little carts.
Yes.
Yeah, different sizes.
Yeah, my brain then went, and it's got one of them attached to the
No,
back of
it
it. So
does.
when it moves along, it's like a one-man band.
And
And I was like,
no, it doesn't.
and it starts playing like no, no, not quite. But yeah, brain. Brain.
Did you know that
See,
terrible
you
joke?
You two do not help.
What's Super Mario's
I
favorite
never
fabric?
promised to help. What?
What's Super Mario's favorite fabric?
Oh, go on.
Denim. Denim.
I wouldn't gone there. Well done. I like it.
Yeah, that's what
Is
you
it
get.
all right?
Level of comedy genius in this.
And people wonder why we're not married yet.
Yeah, I know.
Ooh, YouTube.
Uh, with YouTube burning behind us, we continue with our adventure.
Well, you know, things have happened.
Yeah, this one person sits in a chair, and they lift their head and say, "Ah, the guests. Excuse my delay. I was feeling rather under the weather. There are many things that concerned us today."
And who's this?
Do you ask that?
I asked the guards, yeah. I'm like, oh, that.
That's Vitrus. That's Vitrus. High Elf of Algaric.
Ah.
Ruler of the trees. Wisest among us all.
Just see about that.
All right.
Ah, you. Nice.
You know.
You must be of the Norns. I've met many of your kind before, and I appreciate your brash attitude. Welcome. Did you
How's that?
indulge in the food at all?
Yes, we did.
Yes.
Excellent. And was it to your liking?
The rolls were,
Entertaining.
yes.
Excellent. I shall pass on your compliments.
Do you mind if we do a quick test? And then I'm going to wander up and grab him by the shoulder.
Gently by the shoulders, perhaps.
Gently. Yeah.
Yeah,
Someone else
you
snapped this
feel
person.
The good question is,
frail.
do we even let you get anywhere close to them? You know, guards and stuff.
The
They're on
guards
the wrong
bristle-
side. He's in the room with us, yeah?
Yeah,
No.
yeah. They're in the
In
room. They're in this next room with you as well. They're on the inner room.
Yeah, so they're on the outside of the door and he's appeared in the room that we were in waiting.
No,
Or the office room.
because you've opened the second set of doors and gone into
Okay.
the desk room. So no, there are two guards brandishing halbards, and there is a desk, and then there is the person that's appeared. You
Okay,
walk
sorry.
over, they
misunderstood.
kind
I
of
thought you were in
bristle,
our
and
room.
this individual in the chair just the slightest little lift of a finger from the arm of the wheelchair, and they raise their face up to you. And this is the oldest elf you've ever seen. They are wrinkled.
That's a good candidate for people. I always should say it out loud. Someone like that is a good candidate for the mall.
Station.
Pudding. Sorry.
You're not sorry. Stop saying sorry after it.
I am, because I'm starting to annoy myself.
Yeah. Lovely. Love it. Love
Yeah,
it.
you approach and
I'm
they
so- I'm
raise their
sorry
head
for
to
me.
you, Jackson. You look into these kind of grey blue eyes, and you can see a depth to them that you have never once before when you've looked into the eyes of some of the shamanic folk that of your tribe. When you stared upon them when they are post trance and they've had this communion with that of the beyond, the other realms, and kind of been bonded with the weave,
Wisdom.
you can see that. But this is like a constant state of affairs. You kind of establish here. There was no ritual here. There was no flaying of skin. There was no dancing, no singing. It's like they are in tune.
Poor bastard.
So yeah, we just need to do a quick test and then I'll grab him by the shoulders and give him a squeeze.
He or her? Sorry.
Indeterminate.
Damn.
It. Fantasy.
Yeah.
They, to be more PC about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It.
You would the all, you know, it's the age has lost all of that kind of defining characteristics. Old is what they are.
Can I add this is like more aimed at you guys.
Hmm.
Do elves grow beards when they get older?
No,
Typically
I don't
not.
think so. I could never see elves being chinny.
There
I mean,
is in
I
D&D
kind of
lore and stories, there is, it's only when they're half elves.
Yeah,
So like
it's
Tanis
the human half of them. Yeah,
Tanis half elven from the Hickmans,
Dragonlance period. Yeah,
the Dragonlance stuff. He's half elf, and when he's shaved, people take him for being like quite. He looks very elven, but the beard kind of really gives him away as a as a human or like human parentage, and then thusly he's shunned for it.
But he's also owning it, so that's why he always has basically a goatee.
Yeah.
He's like, no, sorry, fuck you guys. I am. He's comfortable in his own
I am
skin.
of my blood.
I kind of see it like, so, you know, Chinese people. So I have a friend from Hong Kong, and he is in his 40s now, and literally carries his passport around to prove his age to people. He's going to look 14 forever. And then one day, I have a sneaking suspicion he's just going to wake up and he's going to have this little white wispy beard, and he's going to look like 1,000 years old. With nothing in between.
I said that before. I've had a few friends, but found online and stuff like that. That like the age, the like Japanese. So I know Japanese people more than anything else. They have the two ages. They have young and prunes.
Yeah.
And they go young. Hello, babe. He said, yeah.
Well,
Like I was just wondering, because I was just like, I never actually thought about it. And this person in the wheelchair with the long hair and stuff, and I was like, is part of that hair?
No. This all comes from
Here's
the
a quick question. Sorry to derail things, I know, I do apologize, but does this person have like old person hair where it's not silvery because it's silver, like it's grey going, but it's only silvery because it has no color in it anymore? It's almost like clear, because as working as someone who worked at a care home for the longest time, old people don't have coloration in their hair, so the hair is essentially wispy grey because it's basically see-through.
Yes, this is what you imagine.
Unless he's
It is the lightest gossamer. It's like a
I
cobble.
never understood blue rinse. It was weird. Pick a color. Pick red. Why blue? I know why blue, because actually it's one of the few colors that actually holds and stays.
It's like the purple palms.
Yeah.
A couple of purple pums coming in.
I love how that's where the conversation's moved to.
I've gone-
I'm so sorry.
I'd like to age. We're talking about how do elves age. It's like, do they grow beards? Do they get stubble?
Like,
Does their hair lose color?
This one, definitely. In this case, there is a person with colorless hair. It has, it appears white because it's the way the light reflects through it and refracts through it, maybe, rather than reflect. Like the polar bear facts, the fiber optic
refraction.
we haven't had
back
ages.
I watched one of the episodes of the polar bear facts the other day about livers and black skin.
Oh, yes. So much vitamin C, Killian.
Yes.
It's the way Matt used to go, and now it's time for a polar bear fact.
It was awesome. It was awesome. I missed them.
Weird kids TV show.
Just drop in with a fact. Did you know?
Anyway.
Yeah, and you walk over, Jax. You are able to lay your hands upon this person, and they look up to you with. Make me an insight check.
-1?
No, it's +1.
Oh.
I got a 13.
Oh, you have. You absolutely have. You peer into their eyes and you read this as that they are open and seeking, searching, and they are attentive. It is like they are turned on. When they are to the situation, they are tuned into this. They want to pay attention to everything they do. They watch your movements. They feel your hands touch upon them, and you feel tiny bones. You also feel within those bones, when you touch a shoulder, you can feel calcification. You can feel nodules that are not supposed to be.
Unwell.
Yeah.
Oh, right. She's in a wheelchair, so.
Hence the
But,
steam.
yeah.
Walk and share.
Very
A
unwise.
calliope. That's one of the words for that. A calliope.
A steampunk organ chair.
So, okay, it seems like you're not a pudding person, which is my first thought. So are you the one that sent this Hellron down to the basement of the tree, under the tree?
No,
Who did that?
that's not what we took. No, we listened and paid attention. He believed that he could harness what was below. He believed that he could, with great research and great knowledge and time spent, it was not an ill-conceived idea.
I was literally DC Gaga.
Yeah. With the knowledge that they had gained, they believed that they could have an element of semblance of control and bend the power of this crystal to their will.
You don't believe that, do you?
We are not all, they say, we follow those who are the most informed on things. What we want is what is best for the forest, and we must choose of our most highly educated, highly versed individuals. And he was of such, and a decision was made that he would be allowed to make the journey below, much to the dismay of Tamil here. Yeah, like, we told you not to go down there, I reckon, with the bones. We've had the tree helping the crystal, and then the mushroom lives on the tree, and then they hold the suspension and hold it together and contain the... Yes, hold on, Tamil. Master Cobbler.
Thank you for giving my profession.
We've been told, amongst other things,
Anyway,
abilities.
your tests for aptitude in talents, laudable as they genuinely are, do they test for purity of heart? High elves are, from where I am from, the frozen south. The high elves of Gargamel are held in the highest of esteem for their purity of purpose. I travelled with one of your nobles. She helped save my people. When she parted our ways, I was devastated.
Mm-hmm.
But I met and battled your champion. I helped resurrect the dragon, sort of a spirit of knowledge and protection that they left dead in their wake. Please say that you hold normally better standards than this.
The tree,
It's poisoned.
the
I know.
forest around it, also suffers some of the blight.
I will step forward. Thank you.
We had watched for a long time. A long, long time. And the conclave had done their part. And Mamiala and the Algaric conclave had helped to contain, to control, to maintain, to bear some of the burden that the great tree had taken upon itself. Although energized and willed along to, well, what you see before you, the great tree that you have, it also suffers.
Not anymore. We have dispatched the great crystal that is at its core to the elemental plane of Earth.
That's what I was here to tell you. They got here before me.
I turn and go, yeah, we were here before you.
I thought you was gonna let me go. Oh, fine, whatever. So, you have come to tell me the same tale.
He can tell you how the tree could be cured for the taint it was already absorbed. Slow and surely and carefully, because it will need to be so. This is a vexatious infestation. It does not want to be drawn out. It will fight.
You really don't want the tree to turn into a pudding tree.
A colloquialism that we've come up with, but Jackson's not wrong.
This is some
Your
of the
tree is powerful. Its spirit is strong.
It is, and that was our worry. We believed with best hope that our wizard had the best intentions at heart to be able to harness it and control and stop the infection, to quell it in some way, and sacrifices would have to be made. Much to my deepest sorrow. And how
I
well?
appreciate that.
I'm
I
sorry
appreciate
for
it,
the
Cousin.
death of the dragon that lay below.
He's alive again.
At this, they are genuinely shocked. They raise an eyebrow and glance at you and say, but how? How did they pass?
That's a conversation for a better time.
So, what is the point of this conversation? You have removed the crystal from the equation, I understand, from what you've said.
The
And
mycelia and the tree have been working together so long to try and cure it. Mycelia itself, as your master of these things will tell you, is incredibly resistant to these things. But the tree is a thing that absorbs. It's what it does. You know this. I am preaching to the choir on these things. But you do not seem to understand that the crystal has a consciousness. It is aware. It came to our world to consume it. And foolish people attacked it. This world is fragmented because it crashed into it. It came from out there, the stars beyond. It wants to be whole again, and it will promise power to anyone that will help it. But you will know full well that power corrupts. The scholars and the knowledgeable and the pious and others, anyone who has the strength or will to gain power over others, that's what it feeds on. It promises much and offers very little. But the promise is intoxicating. I've been promised. So has Jax. So has Killian. We resist. But it's a hard battle.
maybe those whispers had slipped into his mind. And
As
with all
knowledgeable man can think many powerful things that he can control. But what is control but power?
Indeed, you are most wise for a humble cobbler.
Do you
There's a
want to?
smile.
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
you want to see what
Myself.
you're up against?
Meaning?
I'm going to pull out my pink crystal.
The one you
Taken
just...
from, yeah. I will say, taken from the tree. It will show you
Literally the last
its
hour
mind.
this from the tree. If you lick it, you get to see what the crystal was thinking.
Touch it to your tongue. Go look at Jax.
They
For some
reach,
reason,
I'd use a glove.
and they... It's like they want to touch it without.
I'm watching them, like I'm watching that hunger in their eyes sort of look. Actually would very much like to roll in it like a insight on that. If you don't mind.
Please, go for it, yeah.
11. I can add more if necessary.
You're going to need to add more.
17.
This face is old, and the expressions are hard to read at first. But then you start realizing that it's not the expressions here where the muscles have gone slack, it's those eyes. And it's hunger for knowledge, but also balanced with great temperance, like to be making the best decision at all times for all things. And this is that, again, that turned onness. This in tune's not the right word, but it's like
No, I appreciate it.
100,000 calculations. The good, the bad, the in between, everything is kind of filtering through in those brief few seconds of light and a crystal reflected in these dark grey blue eyes. They reach towards Jackson, holding out the crystal, and they take their hand away. I can't. I won't.
I appreciate your knowledge.
For fear of if it in any way will commune me with that thing.
It's memories, nothing more. But you, I can see in your eyes, are stronger than most. That really warms my heart. Hey, Jackson, we found an ally. After all this time. Oh my God. I literally I fall to my knees.
Don't forget the bugbears.
I shouldn't forget the bugbears, the forest. They're a while far away, am I?
Killian made friends with those strange bird folk at Tentalib. The ones that were eating a lot.
And the dragons, of course. The south and
Yes.
under
He's
here.
made up with his stepdad, maybe, a little bit.
And the king of Frohast.
We're not doing too bad.
Oh, it should be easier than this. It should be so much easier than this. This is so stupid.
Now we have voices that will be listened to.
I
Please,
turn.
please, Vitress. Spread the word. And you too, Tower. With Tower's help, he may be able to... The mushroom must have a great understanding being bonded with this thing for so long. Don't refuse Tower anymore. Listen to what they have to say. understand, interpret. They may not speak the clearest of languages. I don't know what you're saying, really, but yeah. Towel, just a second. I'm fighting your corner here. Oh, if you say so, Birdman. So, please, use your connections. Use your influence. Spread the word. It is moving. It is taking action. It is finding its way to high places. People should be aware and fearful.
It hides in shadows. Deny it the shadows. Don't take this as something you should hide from your people. Declare it from the highest branches. Put it on every poster. Put it on every banner. This thing thrives in the shadows. Oh, everyone should know that this thing is a damned liar, that it promises falsehoods.
So, if we do that, and we spread the word, and I speak to those who hold power elsewhere.
Test them first. Just give them a squeeze and make sure they got bones.
We can
As
go through the details later.
emissaries, maybe from the forest to the four corners of Earl.
You could probably invite the elves back because the bubbles are gone now.
That will be one of our first things. Imagine they've spread their way across the plains, across the mountains, over the seas.
We need to go to the dead city of Decartha.
Why?
Because they had knowledge about destroying this crystalline form of creature in their great libraries, and we need to go there to find it. We are looking for a weapon. Something. I don't find anything. It's everywhere. A smallest shard of it can restart this whole thing all over again. We need something that can be able to detect it and get rid of it. We have no weapons. We're fighting with fists against a siege tower. Jax is the most powerful creature I've ever met and could probably take down a dragon with one hand tied behind his backs. Killian Norn's insight is, when it's not hungry, is beyond comparison. Charles is the most pious man I've ever known. The most pure person that we could ever have on our side. We didn't choose to be here, but we are. We need help.
We didn't choose this path.
And that means we have to go to Decartha. We will go there.
Arthur. It's long dead.
Yeah, we got that. Have a map of the place.
They kind of robbed the arm of the wheelchair.
I go over and help them pick it back up.
No, they're
Oh.
sat in their chair, but
Yeah.
they kind of run their hand along the arm of this brass contraption and down it. And all this time they have not moved the chair.
Mm-hmm.
The chair hasn't shifted anywhere at all.
Is it on wheels or is it just a chair?
It is
On
on
wheels.
wheels.
It's a
Yeah,
wheelchair.
it's
Yeah.
two large brass elaborate spokes and stuff. And they kind of touch it and then they say, it's a long time ago since I was there. long before the war that sundered, well, the plains.
You weren't there when the sky fell.
No. That was before my time. But I was there when they destroyed... when Gregton is now a great desert. I knew it when it was green.
Did you go to Jakarta when Artificer Blint Frogdirt was there?
Lint. Yes.
Do you know of him? I'd literally like,
Yes. This is one of his makings.
has the books we need.
Hang on a minute. I want to literally go around the back of the thingy. I want to look for a power source.
Please make me an investigation check.
I want to use my crystal and see if it's attracted anywhere.
As you wave it
Like a
over,
magnet.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
as immediately when you wave it over, no.
But yes, I want to check this out because he used a lot of this stuff to. One!
Yeah.
I'm going to start pulling bits off to try.
Yeah, you
Jax,
start-
Jax.
As you go over, you start looking, you start jabbing pink crystal against the chair. Nothing seems to move, nothing seems to go. And then it's the peculiar thing happens in this moment is that the chair moves without them touching any wheels. It turns and backs away and says, please, this is an antique, rare.
I'm sorry for Jax is a very abrupt person. What are you doing?
Blint is the one that made like legs and arms for people, and like his stuff was powered by pink crystal.
Not the same thing.
He made this thing.
It's not the same crystal.
It is the same crystal.
It's
That's
not.
why we want to find out.
No, it's not. He was just good at crystal powered things. That's why.
No, he literally uses the pink crystal to make power sources. It's where we got some of this stuff from. It was in his little robot people. It was in the big Orby thing that shot lasers out of it.
That's not from him. That was from Killian.
Killian, who got the power source from the guy in. It's from him. The guy that studied this stuff was studying the pink crystal. That's why we're going there. He's the expert on it. So this thing is probably powered by pink crystal.
This
argument is having in front of us.
Beatrice is kind of like,
oh shit. I'm sat on a bomb. Fuck.
are you? Please, who is the most knowledgeable of you of such mechanical things like this? Any of you? No, such.
Weirdly, I pointed Charles.
I was going to point it out.
He just jumps his fingers.
I think Erwin probably is the best at that sort of stuff.
No. Yeah, Jackson probably smarter, but Charles is smartest.
Owen, maybe with your smaller, more nimble fingers, these are no good, you know.
I turned to the hill. Hi. May I poke around in your chair? I'll be really gentle. Mostly for my own, survival.
If what you say is true, I did not know this of Blint.
Nor did I.
You must not been paying attention.
I may have been distracted by crazy person.
Yeah, you did.
They're blaming you now.
Yeah, yeah, actually.
For what?
Distracting Erwin, carrying him everywhere.
Actually, I'm actually lumping Killian with the gnome.
Oh, Illy Marcel.
Killian.
Yeah, alien, because those two are like peas in a pod.
Yeah,
We could probably-
there is a little bit of a chaos soup there going on.
There was, yeah, totally.
Please make me an investigation check with advantage because Charlie's going. What's that little doohickey there?
You
Just
want the crystal to check it.
I will take that. That's still an advantage. Anyway.
gloves. We're going to
Yep.
include.
Yeah, I get my own gloves.
I mean, trying to put Jax's gloves on would be hilarious.
Dirty 20, a dirty 20. If not enough, I can add more.
No, it is enough. You kind of go around the back and you find that underneath the chair there is a set of sort of cabling and wires that kind of rises up, and they are somehow attached underneath the clothing to this individual's back, to their like their spinal cord in some sort of,
Oh my god, what?
as you're looking in the machine. As you look down below, you can see that there is these wires and things are connected through and down, and you find basically like a canister, similar to something that you've seen before that you stored some crystals in, if you remember.
Yes.
And you are able to turn this thing and remove it. And you twist.
I'm more worried.
And
I
twist.
would like some amount of warning before I do that. Before, like, this is attached to your spine. I don't really want to remove anything.
Yeah, it's up to you. Like, you can see that these are connected.
I will come back and go, there's a canister that may be important, but it seems to be connected to your infrastructure. Permission to remove it? Check.
You seem to be the most informed of any individuals. At this
Crazy,
point,
I know.
I think best that you go ahead.
Brace yourself.
I
They
shall.
are very, utterly gingerly. I like the lightest of touches. I am being super careful. Oh my god, am I being careful?
Yeah.
I do not want to be the death of the highest of elves in the land.
What you're actually doing is unplugging his life support.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
I get a rag out and I'm like on Owen's head.
Oh, and probably necessary. I'm probably sweating bullets right now.
Yeah. Yeah, you gingerly go in there. You got a cobbler's tool, like.
Oh,
Twist-
screw this. I'm not even pretending. I'm pulling up my masterwork fucking lockpicks and shit.
Yeah. It is intricate. It is fascinating in how many gears and cogs connect together in here to power this machine. You turn this kind of capsule, and you can kind of. It's one of those moments where you're like, I'm gonna have to move it. I'm gonna have to give it a little bit of force to slide it out, and it comes away, and they. I don't feel it. I can't move the chair.
Okay. Other than that, how are you feeling?
Strange, like I've lost my legs.
Probably in character.
Jack's answered it right there.
I was waiting for a Jax comment and I was like, oh, no one's coming.
They're right there. That's brilliant. I said, I can't feel my legs. There.
Feel like I lost my legs.
Well, yeah, they're attached. They're good. I very cautiously detach and super carefully, and my mind making mental maps of how this goes back together again.
Yeah, you undo it, and you see It's contained, but it is a piece of crystal there.
Pink?
I was expecting no orange. It's pretty good.
Green.
But I don't care what color. If it wasn't pink, I would be very happy. It could be black or I care. Like
Yeah,
pink.
there's a
Like,
piece of
crap.
pink crystal in there, contained. Seems to be an intricate kind of battery.
I will bring it round and show it to the lady.
Their eyes go wide. They recognize the brass container like being of their
Yeah,
their
kind of.
movement system. I had no idea.
He's dead. No one does. That's the problem.
He's one of the early pudding people. He might still be about.
Thanks, Jackson. You are a great comfort.
He's right.
Oh,
Yeah,
thanks,
no,
John. Thanks, Charles. I didn't know that.
You have no idea what the crystal can do to someone's life.
He's come in contact with a lot of the stuff.
Yeah. True.
More than
Sorry. I appreciate that.
But he also might be the smart enough bud to work out how not to be infected by it and maybe how to get rid of the stuff.
I mean, he's learned how to harness it in a way I don't think is affecting you, which is very important.
As you kind of put things together in your head, you've seen that a container was made.
Yeah,
the-
there's a separation of church and state. Yeah, I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
You can see that you had the container that managed to store your stuff in that seemed to insulate, which you've done before. You feel that this is a kind of another part of this, that it is a insulated and separated. It is a useful source, but also has the risk of breach, like modern day would be something nuclear.
Mm.
You know, where it's a useful power source but highly dangerous.
Could I have another look at Vitris and see if that sort of always on look in the eye?
Absolutely. This seems innate to them rather than something powered by crystal.
Okay.
Yes, Mr. Norn.
now.
Yes. Speak up, because this is
Sorry.
going to be good. I can tell.
No, it's not stupid.
No, I know, but it's you.
Now,
Hands up. When you do a hands up, there's some.
We'll
cost.
stop and go, okay, this is going to be interesting.
no, it's just, is the crystal like attached to this thing that it is in? Like, is it like super glued to the bottom of it? Do you know? Not super glued, but you know what I mean? Is it like
No. It seems
So
to
you
be that
can
this battery thing
empty
has.
out?
No, it's not physically attached. It's like in a cushioned comfort, if you like a. It's like there is some molding that is specifically shaped to this shard, and the shard is pushed into this kind of thing, top and bottom.
I'm kind
Friction
of
fit.
assuming, I'm kind of envisaging like sort of the glass fuse type thing.
Yeah.
Yes, similar. Yeah, very, very much like this.
So if we were to take the crystal out,
Mhm.
could I cast enlarge on the casing and it get bigger?
Yes,
Possibly more than once.
yes, but it only lasts a certain amount of time.
Does it?
Yes.
Lasts a minute, I think.
Mm.
And it's
You have a
concentration.
very,
You
very
can't do
big
the same
battery
thing.
for a minute.
I got a question then. Just to piggyback. What happens to something that shrinks when it's filled? You make a cask that is like 5 times the size, fill it with stuff, then it shrinks naturally because the spell runs out. What happens to the stuff inside?
A very, very highly pressurized explosion, I imagine.
See, I would assume that you get a small cask
Interesting.
of ale.
Sorry?
I would assume you get a small cask of ale or whatever.
It depends if you put the water or liquid in after. So if
Yeah,
you make
afterwards, yeah.
if you got a barrel, enlarge the barrel, filled it with the large barrel with water, sealed the barrel, with its enlarged pieces, and then it shrank, the water volume or liquid volume will remain the same in my head
Yeah.
because you didn't cast the spell on the
the entire object, as it were. You cast it on the barrel and not the water. So then, when the thing shrunk, it would explode outward, would it not? Grenade, essentially. You've got a 1 minute timer grenade.
Well, cool.
I was just thinking, could we take it and use it to store the crystal? But if I cast enlarge on it and it only lasts a minute,
It only lasts a little while.
could we take it anyway? Do we need?
Why do you want to take it?
Huh?
Why do you want to take it?
Because you dropped your other one into.
Well, we dropped the whole thing, crystal
Yeah.
and all. So
Into the elemental plane of Earth.
No, my crystal is down in the Underdark. My ball
Yeah,
metal
true.
thing.
Oh, you dropped.
Um,
the thing, didn't
I
you?
was
Yeah.
trying to bounce it through the wizard, and it went flop.
That's
I was
fine.
trying to use the attraction of it to sort of shoot
It
through
was
him.
like,
didn't work. It's
Sorry,
now
not
down in the Underdark
Yeah,
somewhere.
and we weren't going to go and get it.
That's a long way down.
Yes, hella way down.
I mean, given a forge, I can make something that will contain this, which I'm still, well, no, I'll point at Erwin's crystal that he's holding. That will sort of keep it locked or keep it shielded.
This is more than shielding. This is separation. This is drawing on its potential without its side effects. This is revolutionary. And also incredibly stupidly powerful. And also incredibly stupid.
while that discussion's going on,
Yes.
oh, have we determined if the elf is male or female?
No.
Okay, so can I touch their leg?
Mm.
Do they feel me touching their leg?
Right?
So they've got no feeling in their legs.
Mm.
Hence the chair.
Hence,
I was just thinking, was it a weird crystal thing like with the king, where the king had that thing inside him and he was asleep? And I was like, is it going to be like that, where they've been attached to the crystal and now they're like, I'm weakening, but then the crystal gets taken off of them and they're like, woo, I'm awake.
no, it's not like that.
Okay.
I was hoping that would be true. I
Yeah.
can't feel the wait, I can feel my legs. Yeah.
Ta-da! They jump up and tap dance.
Yeah, but you know what I mean?
That'd be weird. Tap dancing would be weird, but yeah, everything else is kind of hopeful.
Do we want to put the thing back in? Or do you want
Yes.
to put it in a chair, or do you want to leave it?
I'm going to put it back in the chair because they deserve the life they have. And this is
I'm
proof
asking
positive that we're on the right path. Although our sponsors' motivations are now in suspect.
what you mean? Yeah, but she wanted the books because this is the person that studied the crystal the most.
Yeah, no. Everything about this crystal is dangerous.
That's
The
why
knowledge, even the knowledge
wanted,
of it, even the knowledge of its existence is dangerous.
that's why I was asking if they wanted it back in their chair. Because you know what? If I knew that I was sitting on a pink crystal, you know, I'd rather it wasn't there.
I turn to her, them.
If they want a new chair, I can put them in contact with someone.
Killian used the pink crystal batteries from Decathlon. That was how they made that's how they made the roboty people and the laser bulbs.
I wasn't thinking that.
What are you thinking of?
The guy that Mama had a thing with the mechanical leg.
Malastar Karth's legs.
My
Also-
boss. My master.
Inventions.
No.
Were they crystal powered?
We don't know.
I don't
Investigate
know,
this.
actually. Now
You
I'm
just-
seriously considering it.
Out of game, you just said they were also either they were made by Killian or they're crystal powered, mate. One of the two.
They are a strange artifice of seemingly.
He had them when I first met him, so
They're crystal powered.
very crystal powered. Almost
Oh, it
guaranteed.
all comes together when you find the pieces. I love it.
Screw you, Himmy, screw you.
It's lovely. I love it.
Me
This is my favourite bit. The
Horror realization. Oh fuck.
Yeah. Because I wasn't actually thinking Killian. I was just like, the guy with the mechanical legs. Where did he get them from? And then I was like,
He's rich. He bought them.
gosh.
he's a very old thief.
He's
He's
very, very
rich.
feckin' rich, yeah. So you have uncovered several things. You have uncovered that crystals can be contained and used as a power source.
Even if it is like tickling the tail of a dragon.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Philip Slotton in here, and it's like, yes, this is bad.
Mhm. You found out. You've discovered that. You also found out that the intentions of the elves were good, but maybe misdirected.
Well, the
Corrupted.
council's opinions were good. One individual may have been a shithouse.
Yes. You've also met and encountered the leader of the Algaric conclave.
Yeah,
and
cool guy,
got
love him.
him on side,
Smells like Smell like death.
and also maybe solved his hideous skin rashes. So I think, all in all, it's a pretty good session so far. And that's probably
Laser focused as we are
yeah.
on solving these problems.
So I
You're
think
getting sidetracked at all.
we might end our game there for the evening with some found
I'm
knowledge.
looking forward to actually meeting one day the folks from Out in the Cold, because they have the other half of this puzzle. Truly, truly do.
Do you know where they are right now? Did I tell you?
They're back in my hometown, aren't they?
No, they haven't made it to Modern Sale yet. They are
And they're the motorway services.
they are in the motorway service station. That's where
What?
they.
What's that? What's that? So I wasn't there for that.
So do you remember
The bugbears.
the bugbears were
Oh
persuaded?
my god, they're the bugbears!
So the Jackson persuaded Myth and Rel
Yeah,
to go and get some cooking lessons from Mama Oost
yeah.
with word from Killian that they needed some training. So currently they are they're at the motorway service stations in the middle of
Motorway
the Iron
service
Road
stations.
Forest.
That's so cool. How they get? Wow,
They're slow.
no. More importantly, how do they get there without encountering Modern South? The
No,
Modern South is literally
They're coming in
gates
from
to the
the-
north, south. Sorry.
the Kanzax, Iron Route, Mordensail.
Yeah. How do they get to the south? They were all in the north, weren't they?
No, they've been mucking around Kanzax area for ages.
Oh,
They've never been north of Iron Route. They've never been north of Iron Route.
I honestly thought they were like from here and went south as we were going north.